So you're bringing it, the start of the year. You know you got nothing but cheer. Your family and your friends, they are so proud of you. It's time to start to do those things, the goals you set, the ones you call your dreams. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. You're born who you are. You change what you have to. You're born who you are. You can change if you have to. You're born who you are. You must change 'cause you want to. It's time to focus on your dreams. Put them off so long, they're there but can't be seen. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. Let's step up our game a bit and use those things we quit, and laugh and smile and say we're lucky to be alive. It's time to start to do those things, the goals you set, the ones you call your dreams. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. So you're bringing it, the start of the year. You know you got nothing but cheer. Your family and your friends, they are so proud of you. It's time to start to do those things, the goals you set, the ones you call your dreams. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. You're born who you are. You change what you have to. You're born who you are. You can change if you have to. You're born who you are. You must change 'cause you want to. It's time to focus on your dreams. Put them off so long, they're there but can't be seen. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. Let's step up our game a bit and use those things we quit, and laugh and smile and say we're lucky to be alive. It's time to start to do those things, the goals you set, the ones you call your dreams. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive.
Good morning. Welcome to our Sunday service. I'm the Reverend Gregory Kent. On behalf of the pastor and the Board of Trustees, welcome to Andrew Jackson Davis Hall. We ask those who are here with us physically to please turn off your cell phones. To begin our service, Gail is going to light the 3 lights symbolizing body, mind, and spirit. There you go. Thank you, Gail. Appreciate it. This time we're going to ask our pastor, Reverend Louis Gates, to come up.
Morning, everyone. Just a note, we're still, I know I say this every week, we're still working on the church. We're going to get back in there. We are. We will be back at the church. Just for the ones online, the ones here, if you know somebody that has a golf cart or even a 4-wheeler that you would like to donate to the organization for our maintenance staff, we would greatly appreciate it. We are a 501c, so you can write it off. But we are looking for a golf cart or a 4-wheeler would actually work for what they need to use it for. So I want to thank you in advance. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Gates. Or if they just want to donate $1 million, we'll accept it. Yes, we will accept $1 million anytime. Please rise if you're able for the invocation. Infinite Spirit of wisdom and love, filling this entire universe with greatness, reveal to us avenues through which we can better seek the truth, through which we may be enabled to gain the knowledge and strength to overcome any weakness, and through which we may obtain happiness and come closer in rapport with the spirit world. We send blessings to all of you who have joined us today. Grant us the courage and wisdom to do our duty at all times, to endure with patience the trials that beset our path, to aid others wisely and effectively. Impress us to have charity and compassion for those who are in need, and give us strength. Amen. Please be seated. Located on your bulletin are the direct Declaration of Principles. Please join me in reciting these together. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the Golden Rule. Whatsoever you would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual, and that he makes his own happiness or unhappiness as he obeys or disobeys nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing contained in the Bible are divine attributes proven through mediumship. Also in your bulletin is the healing prayer. Let us recite this together, please. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and the power of God. This time we're going to do a guided meditation, so please however you'd like to meditate. Please get comfortable. Let's take some deep breaths. Just inhale and exhale, centering yourself to the here and now. Inhale, exhale. As you inhale, visualize something you would like to bring into your life. As you exhale, release something you no longer want to hold on to. Inhale, and exhale. Find a place in your mind that you can go during this time of healing meditation. I enjoy sitting on a bench in a garden. You may go anywhere you would like. Picture yourself there now, relaxing. Inhale and exhale. Visualize the goodness that you want to bring into your body, into your mind. Exhale, letting go of a negative situation, something that's not working well in your life. Let it go. Visualize a white light over your head. This white light is a healing spiritual light. Slowly bring it down to the crown chakra and watch it and feel it as it moves its way down into your head, into your neck, your shoulders, the torso area. And as it moves throughout your body, allow the healing to take place of those areas that need healing right now in your life. Keep moving the light through the torso to the waist, down, past your legs, down to your feet, grounding yourself to Mother Earth. There are many, many healing colors out there. So at this time, if you'd like to visualize a different color, one color that's special to you, go ahead and visualize that color and the meaning of the color as it comes into your existence, into your aura, into your healing. We are all powerful individuals. We are powerful healers individually and collectively. You can heal yourself. Acknowledge the great healer you are. Continuously visualize that area that needs to be worked on in your life. It could be a quick fix, a quick healing, or it might be a healing that might take a few days or a few weeks. That's okay. As you're sitting in your special place, why don't you invite a loved one from the spirit side to come and sit with you. What you need right now in your life dictates who you're going to bring into your life to help you with your healing. Who is that individual? Visualize them. In your mind's eye, picture them as they were as you remember them, or that you've seen them. Sitting next to you, or in front of you, standing next to you. However the situation is, allowing the two of you to heal together. Ask the questions that you need to ask to the Spirit that's with you at this time. What one question would you like an answer to? Go ahead and ask the question. Patiently waiting for an answer. Our days do get stressed at times. We do at times stress ourselves out. There are times other people stress us out. It's okay to release those energies of those who do not vibrate like you vibrate. The white light is surrounding you, or your healing light, whatever color that may be, is surrounding you, guiding you, healing you, allowing you to be you. It's okay. We're all different. We don't need to conform. So this conversation you're having with the spirit loved one, always know they're there around you, if that's what you choose. Ask them to stay around and to guide and to help you. Let that healing vibration continuously to heal you and guide you, even when you leave here today. At this time, I'm going to ask that you release your spirit friend, your guide, for the moment, knowing they'll always be there to guide and watch over you. Focus back being with us here today at the church service. Thank the Spirit, thank the healing that's taken place. And when you're ready, open your eyes to the here and now, knowing you may return to that space at any time. Thank you for the Christmas music. Actually, it's kind of nice, kind of different. Christmas in July, we like that. Thank you. Did anyone else catch it was Christmas music? Okay, it's fine. It works, absolutely. We need a little joy, Christmas joy throughout the year, absolutely. I'd like to introduce our speaker today. Speaker is the Reverend Maeda Jones, certified teacher. She is the president of the board of trustees for the camp. God bless you, Maeda. She has studied not only here at Cassadaga, she studied at the Arthur Findlay College in the UK. She's also studied with the Inner Quest Foundation in Canada. very talented medium, very talented individual. Please welcome the Reverend Maeda Jones.
Thank you. All right, I think we played those Christmas carols because we'd like to fast forward things, maybe through to the end of the year and get this year over with. So on that note, I'm going to give my topic for today, which is the spiritualist approach to navigating the pandemic. And I know we're all sick of hearing about it at this point. And when it began, a lot of people didn't think they were going to be especially affected by it because maybe they were working from home anyway, and they didn't have any big underlying health issues, and maybe they had a job that was needed, and so they didn't lose their employment. And so you heard in the beginning people saying, well, it's really not affecting me one way or another. But I think at this point, just about everybody is feeling the inconvenience at some level. Now, for some, it's a real tragedy, obviously. Others are just don't want to put the mask on, don't want to see some of the activities that we can engage in right now. So it hasn't been fun. But what we've learned is sooner or later, if one of us is affected, all of us are affected. That's the law of one. And apparently we needed a pandemic maybe and something physical to remind us that we all are connected and we're all in this together. So early on, I think we thought it was going to be a quick turnaround because we like to rush things through, don't we? And I saw on the internet and on Facebook people saying, oh, well, we're going to learn all these lofty lessons and we're going to all reform. And by this time, we should have been sitting around the campfire singing Kumbaya, except we're not. So I guess we're not off the hook that easily. Now, you can't always change a situation, but you can certainly change the way you deal with it, can't you? And that's basically what I'm addressing today, finding the silver lining and being as positive as we can through this whole mess. And it is a mess, isn't it? Now, in school, we get a lesson and then we get a test, right? So by the time we get to the test, we know what we're supposed to know, and either we know it or we don't know it, but we've been told what the lesson is. Well, in life, we don't get that. We get the test, and then somewhere way down the road, we might get the lesson as you look back on it and think, oh, that's why that happened. Ah, I see what I learned from it now. I'm glad I learned it. So it's a little bit disconcerting, because what we end up doing in life is struggling through, trying this, trying that, trying to deal with things, not knowing if we're doing the right thing, and eventually sorting it out. And as I say later, then we look back on it and we say, okay, that's what that was for. But really, while we're going through it, there's almost no point in analyzing it too much, because we don't really know yet, do we, what we're supposed to learn from this? Not completely. We have these little pinprick ideas of what we've even honed from it so far, but we've got a long way to go in terms of knowing just what kind of an effect this is going to have on us. Now, when things are calm, we tend to have some ideas and principles we live by, right? But the problem is that sometimes when we get a little bit upset about things, we lose sight of what we believe, or we say we believe. And what we've got to do is very consciously bring ourselves back, center ourselves again, and ask ourselves, do I really believe those things? It's really a time to think about that, to think about our beliefs, because if what we're doing is totally inconsistent with what we've always said we believed, then either we've got to toss those old ideas because we don't really believe them, or we've got to deepen our connection with those ideas and really live by them and allow them to be healing. So it's a time for self-analysis on that level. What do I believe? What do I want to live by? Now, spiritualism, if you know about spiritualism, you know there are no dogmas. But what there very much is a belief in natural law. And if you're listening today and you've taken classes in any really spiritualist organization, you've probably studied natural law. And natural law can go a long ways to helping us cope with the stress understanding situations, just dealing in general. It occurred to me when I was getting ready for this talk, that it'd be interesting to have a workshop and have people come in and pick different natural laws and share how they felt that natural law applied to what we were going through right now. I think we'd all learn a lot from something like that. But what it can allow us to do, if we allow it to do it for us, is to find some peace of mind. Now, peace of mind doesn't mean we don't have problems. Peace of mind means when we do have problems, that we maintain our composure, that we don't let fear run away with us, and that we can get through it and still be happy people. All right? So we're looking for peace of mind. That doesn't mean we're going to change everything. Now, basically, my focus today is natural law. And a couple of the laws that especially come to mind for me through this whole thing is the law of fear and the law of attachment or detachment, however you want to look at it. Now, fear is not a useless emotion. Fear protects us. Fear protects the animal out in the woods when a predator is after it. That's what fear is meant to do. But it's not meant to consume us so much that it cripples us. And yet often it does, doesn't it? It's a very destructive force, can be, if not used properly. Because what we create, whatever we give energy to. And that's natural law. And if we fear something, we draw it to us, not push it from us. And so we've got to be very mindful of that fear. Now, don't hear denial for lack of fear, because there's a lot of denial going on out there, isn't there, right now? People just don't want to believe it even exists. Well, that's not the case. But that doesn't mean we need to be overcome by fear. This is what we want to control. So, can we change everything? No, we can't. We can do whatever we can do, and then we can let go and detach from the results. Kind of let go and let God. That's what we can do. You know, the Buddhists believe that our inability to detach from the outcome is what causes all suffering. And if we just back off of the outcome and say, I've done what I can, now the rest is in the hands of the universe, we can be a lot more at peace. We'll suffer a lot less, which is not to say there's nothing coming up that may cause us grief. No, we don't like what's going on right now. And we fight it, don't we? We don't want to believe it. We fight it. But sometimes fighting is the worst thing you can do. It's fine to make some constructive changes to protect yourself. But when we fight something, there's like an immobility. It stagnates. Nothing happens. And so sometimes we need to lean into the lesson. Lean into the insights. You know, good things can come of this too. There's been a lot of tragedy. There's been a lot of fear. But potentially good things can happen also. And so we need to keep an eye on that. One interesting thing I noticed right away was that we tend to be kind of critical of the media and feel that actually the media is making people antisocial. You know, everybody's on the internet now, everybody's on Facebook, nobody's paying attention to the other people around them, right? But I've been kind of grateful for the media through all of this, because actually it's brought us together, hasn't it, in many ways, as it does today. We're streaming this so we can get to more people who can't be here. And in some ways, it's been a way to unite and not lose track of everybody. And I know a lot of people who are getting on the internet and looking up old friends right now. So what a wonderful thing that is. So it really isn't about technology and the media, it's about how we use it. And so maybe it gives us a chance to rethink that. But if we're fearful and we're attached to results, it's going to cloud our perceptions. Now, another law is that things happen in their own time. We like to decide when they're going to happen, don't we? But they're going to happen when they're going to happen, when the time is right. And that's not always when we hope it's right. Because as I said, we hope this whole thing will be over by now. So we have to detach from the time frames also. and let it be what it's going to be, and find our own inner peace in that. We have, I think, as Westerners, this concept of getting through things. So you just grin and bear it, right? You grit your teeth, you close your eyes, you just get through it. And then it'll be over, and everything will be the way it was before. Of course it won't, will it? But what that does is it closes off opportunities to learn and to grow, because there's no wisdom that comes from not experiencing something in consciousness. If we're unconscious about the experience, we're not going to be conscious of any lessons in learning either. And so it's really the wrong way to approach it, to just close your eyes, and wait until it goes away. We need to, as I say, lean into it a little bit and allow it to take us. The law of change. Things change. We don't like it when things change. We like everything to be the same. But good things come of change too. And the Serenity Prayer, all this reminds me of the Serenity Prayer, which is always, of course, attached to the Alcoholics Anonymous thing. But actually the Serenity Prayer is a prayer. It wasn't originally intended for Alcoholics Anonymous, and we can use it if we want to. And it's the wisdom, change the things we can change, the wisdom to know when we can't. And that's the thing to do right now, to just be at peace with what we cannot change, but do our utmost to contribute in any way we can to the health. Okay? And then we have the law of healing. Aren't we healers? Don't we believe in spiritual healing? Have we forgotten? I hope not. Positive thought heals, and we heal all the time. Now, I'm not in any way trying to minimize what some people have been going through, and you've lost loved ones, and even if you've been terribly sick and you have recovered, I'm not trying to minimize anyone's experience and say it's easy. I'm just trying to possibly offer some tools for handling what is happening in the best way possible, in the most peaceful way possible, letting go of what we cannot change. And for those of you who've read Silver Birch, one of my favorites, he says that the purpose of healing is to touch the soul. It's not about getting well, it's about touching the soul. And sometimes people were meant to leave. They've got other things they have to do. And so we should look at the healing as a way of touching that soul, because regardless of what happens with that person, if the soul is touched, the healing is complete. Always remember that. And we cannot touch the soul if we're in a tailspin, can we? We need that inner peace so we can share it. Now, I'm going to read you a poem by Robert Frost. And I always like reading this poem when I'm having troubles coping with things. And the title of the poem is On a Tree Fallen Across the Road. The tree the tempest with a crash of wood throws down in front of us is not to bar our passage to our journey's end for good, but just to ask us who we think we are, insisting always on our own way so. She likes to halt us in our runner tracks and make us get down in a foot of snow, debating what to do without an axe. And yet she knows obstruction is in vain. We will not be put off the final goal. We have it hidden in us to attain. Not that we have to seize the earth by the pole. And tired of aimless circling in one place, steer straight off after something into space. And what that last line means is we find another way to do things. And it's okay. Maybe you'll find that poem useful at some time too. So what we need to do now with all this going on is be mindful of protection, but not fearful of outcome. We're very stubborn about change, and things are changing. And we may go back to some of the things we knew before, and other things we may never go back to. And it's all okay. Difficulties bring about thought. Unfortunately, we learn better from adversity than we do when everything's going well. And we don't really question when everything's going well. We're just, hey, this is great, this is the way it's supposed to be. All of a sudden something happens, it's like, wait a minute. And that's when we find the new options, and that's when we grow. Now, fear is not a happy place for anybody. And I hear so many people right now complaining, I don't want to wear a mask, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. That's an inconvenience to me. Well, there are a lot of people out there who are afraid right now. So be kind. And refrain from judging. Maybe they have underlying conditions. I don't. I'm grateful for that. Some people do. Some people have a right to be a little bit more fearful, maybe. It may not be good, but they might have a reason to fear more. So refrain from judging and help other people feel protected, even if you don't think it's a protection. Maybe you think it does no good whatsoever. But if somebody else feels more protected by you doing it, can you manage? You know? We need to handle this pandemic with creativity. So do your best to protect yourself and others, but fall back on the truths that made sense before everyone became so worried. Because it's very human to forget it when we get all caught up in our worries. And try to find that peace of mind, because that peace of mind will change all the energy. We can't change the energy with fear. We can only change it with peace of mind. So lean on your natural law and try to be the catalyst for positive energy. Remember your beliefs. Thank you.
Thank you so much. In the back is our prosperity bowl. If you'd like to put $1 or $100, we like them all. And that is to help build the church, help build our religion here at Cassadaga. So anything you can donate, we'd appreciate. And if you don't have the financial ability and you'd like to donate your time, volunteer time, I think we'll accept that too. We're happy. Whatever you can volunteer, we'd be happy to have you. So those who have given, we bless the funds that we've received today and in the future, helping us to build our church and to build our religion. Amen. Our announcements. Next Wednesday, the 22nd, our message bearer for our demonstration of spirit service will be Lori Carter. Next Sunday, our speaker is the Reverend Louis Gates, the pastor, and the Lyceum speaker or teacher will continue to be myself. Every Sunday we have adult Lyceum, also known as Sunday School, from 9:30 till a little past 10, right here in the Andrew Jackson Davis building. We've been talking about spiritualism this month. Next month, we're going to talk the entire month on mediumship. We'll bring in 2 teachers from the camp to talk about their journeys into mediumship. To participate in absentee healing, please print the first name and the first initial of the last name of a loved one, friend, even a pet, in our healing book, which is right over here to the left, my left, your right. And please go to cassadaga.org to see the events at this time and to download our recordings of the Sunday service and the Sunday Lyceum. So those of you who are joining us streaming, we're ending our streaming portion of the service at this time. So we thank you for being with us.
Spirit family drawing nearer. I know a mountain that gets taller the higher you climb. And I know a poem that gets longer the more than you rhyme. I know a dream that gets bigger the more you believe. And I know a bridge that gets stronger the more than you breathe. And your eyes shining brighter, your heart feeling lighter, and your ego getting smaller, like the loosening of a collar, and your purpose getting clearer. Spirit family drawing nearer. Went to the water and there's a lot of days and a lot of ways to see. Went to the fire, there's a lot of days and a lot of ways to see. Look to the ground, there's a lot of days and a lot of ways to see. Look to the sky,